Today we're going to talk about how to do woven cornrows. As you can see here, if you've watched my video in the past about how to do the braided crown, I've started this hairstyle off the same way that I did the braided crown by parting out a circle all the way. I can't go that way because then I don't get good lighting. All the way around her head. I've parted a circle, as you can see. And then I took the hair on the outside of the circle around her hairline and cornrowed up to the circle. In the front here, we did some X's or crisscross cornrows right there along the front. We didn't do them right here on the side because it's too short of a length to cross those. But then we did more X's along the back. Sorry about the bad filming today. My cameraman is out of town. But now what I want to really show you today is how to do woven cornrows. So I'm going to take this part in the center that was a circle, and hopefully you can see this. I can show this to you good. We parted out a section here on the side, and we're going at a diagonal here. I'm standing directly in front of her so you can see that these are parted diagonally. So I parted off one section and clipped it out of the way and did nothing with it. Then I parted out another row and I cornrowed it from the front down toward the back. Then I parted out another section here, just like I would. I mean, it's the same width to have done another cornrow right next to that one, but I left it and did nothing with it. Then we parted out another row and we cornrowed it, parted out another row and left it. Keep tilting your head, babe. Parted out another row and cornrowed it, and another one that we didn't, and then another cornrow. So we have 4 cornrows and 4 sections that we have held off till later. Now normally, I got the idea for the woven cornrows from a blog called Tweeny Hair, and when I saw it, I thought it would be the perfect thing to put in the center of the braided crown. So that's what we're doing today. But when I saw it on the blog, she had done the woven pattern right here in the front of the head, going towards the back, and then the back was just hanging box braids or box twists or whatever in the back. And if you were doing that, you would want all of your cornrows, even though they're on a diagonal, you'd want them all to be starting at the front and heading towards the back. But in our case, because I wanted all of the braids to end spaced out around the circle, I started the first one from the front and braided back. And then with the second one, I started at the back and braided up toward the front of her head. And then on the third one, I again started at the front and braided toward the back. And then with the last one, I started at the back and braided up toward the front. I'm gonna have to see if my daughter can help me with filming the next part, so we'll be right back. Okay, so we've almost finished making this weave pattern. What we did was we started, this is gonna be hard to do. This was our section here that we had left undone, and we made parts going all the way down, and then the braid had to jump across and start over with each section. I guess that's hard to explain. I need to just show it to you. But we did one there, and then we did one coming from the back up to the front. Now this one's going to go from the front down to the back, and we did back to front, front to back, back to front. So tilt your head down, hon. So you can see here this one went back to front, front to back, back to front, because I wanted them ending all the way around the circle. I did realize the one thing I could have done better when I made my first set of parts in cornrows, the cornrows that went the diagonal this direction, I started with the one section that I left undone, and then did a cornrow, and then left the section undone, and then a cornrow, left the section undone, cornrow, undone, cornrow. I should have ended on this side with another section that wasn't done, so that when I made these braids come down, that they could have had hair to pick up on the other side, so that the weave would have been complete. As this one here, you can see I had to start here. If I'd have had extra hair here, it would have started here and crossed over. So by not having another empty section down here, I wasn't able to make the weave as complete as I would have liked it to be. So just a tip, when you do those first set of parts, to leave an empty section before you cornrow, and then to leave an empty section on the other side. So we'll show you the example of how we're going to do this. This hair here has already been combed out. So I'm going to start at the top, take the first section, hold still on. We've got Miss B helping with the videotaping here today, so we'll see how that turns out. I'm just going to do this like I do all my cornrows. There's not a whole lot of hair to begin with, so it's just a teeny tiny little cornrow there, and then I'm just going to do some stitches of braid without adding hair until I get across that cornrow that was already there, and then I'm going to start picking up hair again from this end, this next section. And so now I'm cornrowing again, adding hair. Now I'm out of hair in that section, so I'm going to do a few stitches of braid without adding hair as I go across this cornrow. Tilt your head down, hon. Now I've reached the other side, I'm going to start cornrowing again. Thank you. As you can see here, it would have been better if I could have now added a few stitches of braid without adding hair and been able to start picking up hair from over on the other side of this cornrow to end it. But since I didn't leave any hair over there, I can't do that. But that's my advice to you. You could make this look a little better than I did if you did it that way. Okay, so I'm going to finish off this braid, and then we'll show you after we braid up the crown what it looks like. Okay, so now you can see that I finished. I took all of the ends of the braids from the cornrows in the front and all the ends of the braids from our weave pattern, and I've braided them all together going in a circle. I need you to turn this way. Here, that gives us a better view of how the woven cornrow pattern turned out. So what I did is I started here in the center of the back and started collecting the braids and braiding them together on this side, and then went around the front, down the sides, until I got back to the center in the back where I started. I'd started here. So this is what I had left. And now I'm just going to take the tail end of that, turn your head this way, and I'm going to just tuck it. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. Tuck it up under there. I'll do it better in a minute, but you get the idea. So that you can't really tell so much where the braid begins and ends.